Hello and welcome to the South Asian Insider Weekly. My name is Sharanjit Singh Thind, Editor-in-Chief and Publisher of the South Asian Insider Weekly. Welcome to our weekly edition of News Headlines, where in this show we give you the news headlines of the week that appear in this week's South Asian Insider. So to start with, the first headline, External Affairs Minister of India S. Jaishankar recently asked this question, and very important question, like why did Osama bin Laden feel safe in Pakistan? Osama bin Laden, when he was killed in Pakistan, at that time he was living close to what External Affairs Minister of India Jaishankar said, what was Pakistan's West Point equivalent to United States West Point military base. So how come the most wanted terrorist of the world was living so close to an army base in Pakistan and it was known to the authorities or the army? So the question Jaishankar asked is, like, can Pakistan be trusted? So his question was, and let me read the statement Mr. Jaishankar said, let me remind you of something. There was a man named Osama bin Laden. Why did he, of all people, feel safe living for years in a Pakistani military town right next to the equivalent of West Point? And External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar in Brussels, he was in Brussels, he made a strong case against terrorism. And the second important headline of this week is Air India crash. What may have gone wrong? Unfortunately, yesterday, June 12, 2025, a huge plane which just took off from Ahmedabad for London went down, and all the passengers except one passenger were unfortunately killed in the crash. What were the causes of this crash? Why this plane went down, and how in future these kind of unfortunate incidents can be controlled? Boeing from US and United States, FAA, and many other worldwide organizations have pledged support. Many of the worldwide aviation and security administrations and the governments have pledged support to the Indian government in wherever they could be of assistance. The investigations are ongoing, and in this issue we have outlined what could have gone wrong with the plane, with the Air India plane, which went down unfortunately in Ahmedabad, Gujarat yesterday. Another important headline of this week in the South Asian Insider, it's in a surprising survey and a statistically important news. India's poverty decline has stunned the world. In the recent survey of the World Bank, India's the poverty levels of the different parameters have gone drastically down. World Bank data on India and Pakistan shows massive contrast over poverty in India and in Pakistan. Of course, both countries have no parallels, no comparisons when it comes to the size and many other income and GDP, but definitely where one issue comes, both countries spend heavily on defense in India and Pakistan. And can Pakistan afford to spend this much heavy outlay on defense? So India has a landmark achievement India has made a landmark achievement in controlling the poverty levels in India, whereas Pakistan has lagged behind or stayed the same, lagged severely behind. In another story, in the South Asian Insight, Prime Minister Modi's G7 visit to Canada. And can India and Canada's strained relations be repaired? India and Canada have been on not so good terms because of many things which have transpired in the history, where especially one of them was previous Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's administration, which has sided in a lot of issues with Canada-based radical Khalistani supporters against Indian positions, and at a few times also alleged that Indian security agencies conducted covert operations that killed what Indian agencies considered to be anti-India elements, which Indian government has very strongly rejected and protested that India has done no such thing. But definitely those issues and those actions have affected India and Canada's relations in the past. But now we have a new prime minister. Prime Minister Carney has invited personally to Prime Minister Modi to visit Canada during this G7 summit. And the big question is, can India and Canada's relations be brought back to normal for the sake or for the benefit of both the nations? Another very important story in this week's issue is billionaire and successful businessman Elon Musk and US President Donald Trump's ongoing war of words. But after their barrage on social media, where Elon Musk has said so many things and President Trump responded with equally strong statements, Elon Musk recently tweeted that he regrets some of the posts he posted on Twitter. So that was the olive branch from Elon Musk. And then President Trump did say that he remained friends with Elon. But when will the next step or the relations will improve? He did not give any hint. And in another story, which is of course borderline comical, had it not been for so much astronomical money involved, an auto rickshaw driver in Mumbai claimed that his monthly income is from 5 to 8 lakh rupees while driving auto near the Mumbai consulate in Mumbai, and providing locker services for people, for visa applicants who visit United States Embassy in Mumbai. But because of the strict security regulations, Mumbai, US consulate in Mumbai, and most of the consulates in India. I have a personal experience. I had the same experience in New Delhi outside US consulate when an auto driver offered me a locker service. And what that locker service consisted of was like driving to a nearby colony, nearby few blocks from there. There was a piece of land, and there was a dilapidated cottage on that, and few people inside, and all they were doing, taking your stuff, your electronic tablet, earphones, any kind of your headphones, and per item, it was 1,000 rupees, and it's an astronomical price. But that is the price of you going to any US consulate in India, and if you have this stuff, the security concerns, US consulate does not allow you in, and now for the lack of better choices, you are stuck with paying these middlemen. And one of these middlemen, that auto rickshaw driver, did claim in a viral post on TikTok that he earned anywhere between 5 to 8 lakhs, which is close to $6,000 to $8,000, or maybe more, equivalent to, depending upon how we translate, how we determine the exchange rate. So it's and what happened after that, once he gave that statement, there was a backlash in the media, and US consulate, of course, took his driving privileges near the US consulate and banned him from driving anywhere near the US consulate. So this was this week's headlines in the South Asian Insider. These are not the only headlines. There are inside, there are opinion articles, editorial, and special news reports, community affairs section, entertainment, which we every week try to bring you stories which matter today and will matter tomorrow in the South Asian Insider, and we share it with our readers. Please do check all those stories, and as I always say, do let us know about the feedback you have about the articles and stories we print, we publish in the South Asian Insider. We look eagerly to your comments and your suggestions. We look forward. As I always say, if you have positive feedback, maybe you can hold back. But if you have something which you did not like in this video or in the South Asian Insider, please do let us know. That helps us a lot to improve our reporting and the news stories we pick for you. Thank you so much for watching this week news headlines.